Now I'm going to show you how you can find the closest relatives of the H22 isolate in VibraWatch. On the genome report page for H22, scroll down until you come to the section with the heading Core Genome Clustering. You'll see a picture of a cluster of isolates where each dot represents one isolate and there are lines between related isolates. The length of the line is proportional to the number of mutations between them, so long lines mean a lot of mutations. You can see here it says cluster of 1326 at threshold of 10. That means that this cluster contains 1326 isolates that are all so closely related to each other that they only differ by 10 or less mutations in the core regions of their genome. The core regions are regions that are found in practically every Vibrio cholerae. Now if you look very closely you will see that there's a purple dot and that represents the H22 isolate. To have a closer look at this cluster we can click on the button View Cluster. You may have to click on it twice. This will bring up a new view of the data. On the top left, the cluster. On the top right, a map of where the isolates in the cluster were collected. And below, a timeline of when they were collected. As before, the H22 isolate is labelled, but I think you can only see 22 written. But what we can say is that this little blob contains H22 and its closest relatives. To try and select just the isolates in the group containing H22 and its closest relatives, we can click on this Settings button at the top right, and this will let us click on the lasso filter, the next tool along. Now, to select H22 and its closest relatives, we'll draw a shape with the lasso filter by clicking on the edges of the shape like this. And when we've done that, in the map panel we can see there's now just one dot. If you zoom out using the roller ball on your mouse, you'll see that all the isolates came from Haiti. To find out when they were collected, we can look at the timeline panel at the bottom. By default, the dates in the timeline panel are given by month. To change this to years, click on the control panel button at the top right of the timeline panel and change day to year. We can click the X to close that. What we can see is that one isolate was collected in 2022. That is actually the H22 isolate. The other isolates in this little cluster of H22 and its closest relatives were all collected in Haiti in 2017, 2015, 2014 and 2013. So in summary, the closest relatives of the H22 isolate were all from Haiti, and they were collected in Haiti from outbreaks that occurred in previous years between 2013 and 2017.